Hey all, Matt here, Bobcat Bonsai, and today we are going to work on the air layers on the crabapple tree. It's starting to actually open up its buds now, so I would say that it's about time we get the air layers laid on here and we get some work knocked out with it. So hopefully everything goes great. If it does, we're going to have two new little crabapple bonsai trees to begin work with, and that would be awesome. And if it doesn't, then I guess we can always try next year on some other branches inside it. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so just quick few things we're going to need here today. I'm going to recycle some bubble wrap. Since it's still a little bit chilly out, I'm not going to worry about wrapping anything in aluminum foil just yet. I have wire. That's going to be what ties the bubble wrap together and holds it on. I have my little grafting knife. I have scissors to cut the bubble wrap. And I have wet sphagnum moss that I will wring out right before I put it on. Alright, let's get you over to the cut. Alright, so if you remember, we're cutting here at the silver line that we put on. There is two branches coming off right in the middle of that, so I am going to need to cut those off. And then they're really small, but I think I'm going to try to see if I can get them to root anyway. So those two are cut off, so for now I'm just going to set them inside my sphagnum moss. They can just chill out over there. Alright. I don't really have to come in and clean that up any. So now our goal is try to do this without blocking your view. Our goal is to get a nice cut in all the way around. That way we can completely separate the cambium. So if I was using a knife with a curved edge, this could be a little bit easier. But it's okay either way to me. I don't mind. Alright. So I've seen a few different techniques, and I've seen where you cut a ring off, and I've seen where you cut it upwards and just kind of pull it off and put almost like a piece of bamboo underneath it. For this one, I'm just going to cut the ring, so it's really not that thick, so we're probably not going to cut the ring super big. We're probably going to go about half an inch here. The fun part is trying to connect it. And don't mind me, I'm just out here chilling in my pajama pants today. I'm not sure if you can see them or not, but I'm out here chilling in my pajama pants today. And I'm loving it. It's a little chilly, but not too bad. Alrighty. So now we just need to make sure that we got a good cut in, and it should just easily peel off all the way around in a circle. And I put my hand all in your way right there. Alright. So we almost have this one all done for the cut. So right now I have one little strip that didn't get a good cut on it. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Okay, so that's all separated. Now on to the next fun part. And that is going to be getting my bubble wrap here. And basically, we kind of want to fold like the bottom into almost like a little pocket here. So we're going to get that nice like that, and then it'll be like this right around it. So we've got that one. And we're just going to keep pulling the bottom until we get it just like that. Now where I screwed up is I should have already had a little piece of this cut for myself. And now I'm struggling to get it cut with one hand, and it slid out anyway. Darn. Alright, so gonna bring this down. Now it's just getting it cinched down. Not super tight, but tight enough that it holds it in place. For the next few weeks, it's just going to be hanging out here inside the greenhouse anyway. Give me 1 second to give you a better view. Alright, so now you can see down inside there. And you can not see my sphagnum moss in the background. But I pull it out and I just squeeze it to get some of that moisture out there. And all I'm going to do now is just take it and get it all down and around where we did our cut at. So there's two different ways you can go about this. Some people say that you have to use rooting hormone. Other people say that you don't have to. I'm going to try this one without rooting hormone and see what happens. And then I'll do the lower one with rooting hormone and we'll see what happens. So now all we're going to do is come in and just close up this upper part right here. So all we're trying to do here is just bring this in nice and tight. And then I'm trying to get right below that smaller branch so that we can pull extra tight down inside here. And then from there, I'm just going to fold that down and maybe we'll get a little extra moisture that goes inside there and helps out. Maybe not. So let's get down to the next one. And that one, we're going to try out a different technique altogether. Alright, so I think I'm a little bit more set up for this one. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and we don't have any issues with it. So I'm just going to come in here and just gently cut all around as I work around these other branches that are laying here. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that so far. Now, actually I take that back. This spot right in here didn't really cut the best, so we'll have to cut that a little bit more. Now, this other technique I saw actually involves coming up through here and we're just going to put a slight little slit. We just have to put a couple of these all the way around here. So I probably should have done 3, but the way I cut it, it looks like 4 is going to have to do, because I'm not going to be able to get another one in there without really messing it up. And now our goal from here is we really want to make sure that we can get a good lift. Which might be hard because of that little scar bit right there. That may cause a little bit of a problem for us. But we'll still work it and see. Alright. So there we go, and we're starting to get it here. So we didn't get the cambium lifted all the way right there. Let's come in, try and give that another little cut here. So what we're going for here is we want that whole piece to just kind of flip up. So I'm just gonna have to come in here and cut just a little bit harder. To make sure that it's actually cut through on the rest of this here. Alright, so I didn't have everything ready. Let me grab the rooting hormone. Okay, I have the rooting hormone now. So I'm gonna have to rotate you just a little bit so I can try and make sure that I get the rest of these nice and clean coming off. It's much harder than you would think when you're trying to look around without interfering with yourself, if that makes any sense. Probably not. Uh-oh, that one was bad. That was really bad the way that I just did that. Ah. That's not a super positive, but we'll work with it. We'll work with it and see what we can get. We just gotta be a little bit more careful on this next piece here. Alright, so as long as I get the cambium up, that is about all that should matter here. And then, so it's going to basically just flare, if that makes any sense. We're basically just coming through here and we're flaring. I think I'm going to split this one too. Yeah, we'll split it because I think I'm going to end up losing that piece. So now we've got that all done up and in there. So we're going to take our rudin powder here and put a little bit into the cap. Get our brush, and basically we're just going to come up and on top of where we cut. So the reason we didn't cut that all off is because we're actually going to pop that up into the air a little bit with some little homemade toothpicks. Because I didn't feel like going inside to get toothpicks, I just whittled some out of bamboo real quick and was like, there we go. Good enough for me. Alright. So, got a hormone powder on. Now all we have to do is come around here and just get these little toothpicks put in place as we're going around, and try not to spill our sphagnum moss all at the same time. So basically the overall goal there is nothing more than to just try to get the tree to pre-grow its own nabari. I am going to actually run a zip tie underneath here, and the reason for that is I've kind of figured that these were going to start falling as soon as I had to start putting anything on top of them. So there we are. We're gonna leave that like that. I'm gonna use my bonsai tool to do non-bonsai tool stuff and nip that off right there. I'm just gonna come in one more time. Just add a little bit more hormone powder. And just make sure that we get it dusted in here good all the way around. All right. So we'll take our lower little piece here, drop that down a while. And then this one, I'm going to actually cut this off and up at a little bit of an angle here. Basically to try to just force it into its own little funnel type situation. And I'm actually going to use a smaller piece I cut down here, because this one we're not going to have to worry about being as tight. I didn't even have you looking at this, I don't think, the entire time. Oh my gosh. That's awful on my part. So hopefully the angle's wide enough that you can see it. If not, I apologize for it not being wide enough for you to see it. Okay. Now we've got that there. We're just going to take the sphagnum moss here. I'm going to have to reach in front of you for just a second. And our goal for this sphagnum moss is more or less just to get it over top of this. We'll get it underneath it for now is our main goal, and then we'll worry about getting it on top of it. So I'm just taking, and I'm basically just trying to feed in to make a nice little stack right below where I have these roots coming in. And now that I have that there, we're going to take a lot more and basically just feed it all the way around there. All right, so now we just have to come in here and close this one off. And then I'm just going to leave the top folded down a little bit, and the reason I do that is so that it can catch a little bit of water in there, and that normally helps out, but I don't need all this extra. So I'm just going to take my regular scissors here and just cut that off. But it does appear that I did not do a very good job on size selection, so I am going to have to rewrap this a second time. And that's alright. Sometimes things don't work as perfect as you want them to the first time, and you just redo it, and then hopefully it's all better. So all I'm going to do here is just bring it around. And yes, this is more bubble wrap. I love the reusability of it all. So that is what I choose to reuse. A lot of people just reuse clear bags because you can see through it. I reuse the bubble wrap because that's just what I like to reuse. It's clear, but I can also take advantage of other features of it, such as the fact that bubble wrap makes a great insulator. Alright, so I just gotta get this one to twist in here and start pulling it all in. And that's it. We have 2 of our crabapple air layers put on this little tree right here. I know one of the other trees we talked about doing was the trident maple, which is right here. I'm debating whether I'm going to do that one right now or not because these buds haven't really began to swell. But at the same time, I kind of just would prefer to do it now. So thinking on it. I don't think I'm going to do it. Nope. We'll let this one sit and relax and get its buds swelling before we do anything. This is one of my other maples down here, which you can see the buds are really swollen on. It's one of my field maples. That one's great. But I'm trying to think if there was any other air layers that I planned on doing that I can do right now. I don't think so. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, you should subscribe to my channel. And if you really enjoy my content, you should hit the bell notifications to get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.